Hope you all are doing great. This is Eve Vlog coming to you live. Welcome on another live stream. Now, it is currently the 19th date of May 2025, and I just went for a walk. I'm currently at Professor Lake where I live, not too far from where I live, like around 10 minutes tops. And I wanted to go live, do something a little different today, you know? So, as you can see behind me, from where I'm standing, you could literally see the houses behind me. You know, it's really beautiful. Hold on, let me show you guys a little peek, yeah, a little sneak peek of what I'm looking at. Now, frankly speaking, I don't do this enough, which I should start doing this enough. Due to the fact that I go to the gym and I work out, I don't normally have the need to go for a walk like this. But I think due to the fact that it's summer, well, not summer yet, it's still kind of between spring and summer right now, but it's getting to it. Right now, the temperature is like 11 degrees. I'm not sure where you are in the world. I know United States have like Fahrenheit. We in Canada, we have like degrees. So it's not that hot, even though it's bright outside. It's light outside. There's sun. The sun is out, but at the same time, it's a little chilly. So that's why you have me wearing jacket here. And yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time. If you are a wrestling fan, you probably have seen the title, and I'm sure you probably have taken account on the topics that I'm going to talk about today while I'm here. Now, first, John Cena's heel turn. Boy, oh boy. John Cena's heel turn. You see, let me give a little bit of background. I have been a wrestling fan for a very long time. I used to watch wrestling with my father at the time. Um, he will spend a lot of money buying wrestling movies, actually, and not wrestling movies. Sorry, wrestling shows like WrestleManias and all these things. I got the opportunity to watch Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, and the rest of them at the time. During that time, it was a golden age. And I fell in love with wrestling at the time. Fast forwarded to during the late 90s when Vince McMahon figured out that he was getting his ass whooped because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do at the time. WCW was whooping WWF at the time, and also during that time, no, not Shawn Michael, Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan left WWE and went to WCW at the time, and McMahon didn't like that because he believed that he built the Hulkmania. He believed that if it wasn't for him, Hulk Hogan wouldn't be anybody. But he forgot though. He forgot that before Hulk Hogan came to WWE, he was in, I believe, New Japan. That was another wrestling company that he was at the time before he jumped ship to WWE. So when he started to mimic what WCW were doing, he started helping. WWE. I mean, sorry, at the time WWF. So the 90s, I was able to. Hey, how's it going? Look at that dog over there. So, um, I watched WWF during the Attitude Era time. It was a good time as well. It was a very good moment, very good era. WWF with The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Mankind, um, Big Show. Even during the early Attitude Era, what's his name? Shem Shamrock, right? Shem Shamrock. And then all these other guys, Chris Jericho that came, and the list goes on. The Attitude Era was just that damn good. And he helped WWE from almost going to ruin and brought a different style of wrestling, a different cutting edge at the time because WCW was whooping WWF or at the time WWE. I mean WWF at the time. Um, so fast forward it to the early 2000s, then you get Brock Lesnar. Um, you get Brock Lesnar. You get what's his name? Kurt Angle. Well, Kurt Angle was still with the WW. It was during the WWF Attitude Era time. So as Chris Benoit, so as Chris Jericho. So, but the early 2000s, so you start to get new wrestlers, fresh new faces like Brock Lesnar, Dave Batista. You get John Cena, of course. You get Randy Orton. You get Shelton Benjamin. And the list goes on. And at the time, things started to tweak a little bit. Um, I stopped watching wrestling when Batista left WWE because he got frustrated due to the fact that he wasn't happy with the company anymore. He wasn't getting the roles Cena was getting, like the movie roles and the commercial roles. Even the merch was literally going towards John Cena's, you know, and not Dave Batista. So Dave Batista got fed up with the company and he walked away. And as time goes on, you start seeing the same thing happening, even up until now. But let me not talk about now just yet. After Dave Batista left, WWE went like this in terms of entertainment, in terms of wrestling, the cutting edge wrestling, the Attitude Era type of feel. I think Dave was the last person or one of the last people that brought that type of edge at the time because Brock Lesnar left too because he got sick and tired of traveling. He doesn't want to travel anymore. And he wanted to go do NFL, right? So he left the company too during the early 2000s, like 2002, 3, or 4, like around that time. And then Batista left and things went to shit. Wrestling wasn't what it used to be anymore. It was more of entertainment instead of wrestling. I do understand that if a star has a look, can talk the talk, and can walk the walk, I believe he should get the opportunity, right? Get the chance to get his shine on. Throughout the time, John Cena became the man because they chose him over Batista. They chose him over Kurt Angle, which was one of the reasons why Kurt Angle left the company and went to TNA. Um, so John Cena became the man. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Truthfully, I really don't have any animosity over John Cena. Let me say it again. I don't have any problem with him. The problem that I have with John Cena is the fact that they kept him on as the main guy for so many years. He buried a lot of talent, and he had the golden shovel, of course, buried a lot of talent, good talent like Alex Riley, Bray Wyatt, um, even kind of stalled Batista a little bit because at the time it was looking like who are they going to choose for the next phase for the ruthless aggression era, and they chose him over Batista. First of all, they chose him over Kurt Angle, you know, so he buried a lot of talent. Wrestling wasn't used to be. Wrestling wasn't what it used to be anymore, and things started dying out. And instead of WWE to rebrand themselves, change things a little bit, give other wrestlers the chance to shine, give other wrestlers the opportunity to get a shot at the title. That wasn't the case. John Cena became the man, and now I'm hearing that our truth said that John Cena is the best of all time, is the best wrestler of all time. Give me a break. Give me a break. I understand that he is 17 times champion, but to be honest, if Brock Lesnar was in WWE and didn't leave, I don't think John Cena would be as famous as he is today because Brock Lesnar was getting geared up. He was starting to get geared up to be the man. But when he left, Vince McMahon, which I don't blame him really, I don't mind that John Cena became the man. But the problem with that, because you guys understand, during the Attitude Era, even before that, you have three, four, five guys, even sometimes six stars that can easily become a champion. But during the time John Cena became the main guy, right? Because Daniel Kumi says he vlog you the greatest of all time. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Even though I know I'm not the greatest of all time, I'll take thanks for the compliment. So, anyways, other wrestlers was not getting the same shine John Cena was getting. Um, Even there was a time Daniel Bryan, his Yes movement became a thing, and it's almost like the fans had to force WWE hands, force their hands to give Daniel Bryan a title shot. And even when he got the title shot, it didn't last that long. His title reign wasn't that long at all. And even his merch, who would want to buy a shirt with a goat, a flying goat on it? Nobody's gonna buy that. No man or real man will gonna go and put their money, waste their money buying a shirt with flying goat on it. You know, they didn't. They did not put enough effort to market Daniel Bryan. I can also talk about CM Punk too. CM Punk during his time, it was one of the reasons why Punk left the company too, due to the fact that he felt that he was not being respected the way they should respect him. He felt that they were lowballing him. All the opportunities was going to John Cena. He had a he did so much work at one point that he was supposed to headline WrestleMania, but The Rock came back and had a feud with John Cena, and Punk missed his opportunity to headline WrestleMania. That pissed him off, and a bunch of everything else that was going on. He was hurt, He wanted to take some time off, and they fired the guy during his wedding day. That was pretty messed up. It's almost like someone who really is so, I don't know, just wanted to hit you where it hurts. They fired the guy on his wedding day simply because he spoke his mind. I remember back in the Attitude Era, even before that, When a guy doesn't like something, he says it. You're not gonna punish him. They say what they feel. They don't have to hide their words or hide anything, you know. And guys back then was as real as it can be. Nowadays, wrestling is no longer what it used to be. You know, guys are they tuck their tail behind their legs and don't really say what they wanted to say. Wrestlers like Dolph Ziggler, who was a good worker anyway, better worker than Cena. Guys like Daniel Bryan, a better technical wrestler than Cena. When AJ Styles made it to WWE, they didn't utilize him properly. Why the hell would AJ Styles lose to John Cena? Like the build and everything. AJ Styles is a better wrestler than John Cena. We all know that. AJ Styles carried John Cena during their match. AJ Styles made John Cena look great. You all know that John Cena's coordination, it's kind of windy where I am, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me properly. His athleticism, yes, John Cena lifts weights. Yes, he looks good. Yes, he's not prone to injury. But that doesn't mean that other wrestlers should be put under the rug and not give the opportunity to shine and to become champion. And that's the problem now. Because over the years, it's always been this guy or this guy. It's either John Cena or Randy Orton. It's either John Cena or Randy Orton because they've done that so many times. And that's what they're doing now with the feud John Cena is having with Randy Orton, which I will talk about in a moment. Back in the Attitude Era, if The Rock is not around, Stone Cold is there to carry the company. If Stone Cold is not there, Triple H is there to carry the company. If Triple H is not there, you have Chris Jericho to carry the company. If Chris Jericho is not there, you have The Undertaker to carry the company. If The Undertaker is not there, you have Kane to carry the company. If Kane is not there, you have Kurt Angle to carry the company. If Kurt Angle is not there, you have Man freaking Kind to carry the company. If Mankind is not there, you have HBK, Shawn Michaels to carry the company. So there were guys, there were talents. At any point in time, a star seems like is going to get injury or for some particular reason his star has has reached its limit. You change it to somebody else. You give somebody else the chance to become a title, and not just giving them a shot, not just giving them a title shot, not just giving them the belt. You put money in their merch, because make no mistake about it, merch matters. When you have a good merch, you have fans and they love your merch, your popularity goes up. Your popularity goes up significantly. Ask John Cena that, he will tell you that merch does matter. If a guy has done his work, paid his dues, put his blood and sweat, laid on the ground, he deserves a title shot. Because remember, during Austin time, Austin had to force their hands. You know, Steve Austin was not supposed to be as good as he is right now. It was just out of providence. It was due to destiny. Destiny was what made Steve Austin what he is now. Because he was not supposed to be this big. But due to the fact that he was a good talker, he was a good wrestler, and he walks and talks, he's a rattlesnake. He speaks his mind. He says it the way he sees it, and never hide his words. He never tuck his tail between his legs. He says it like he feels it. And they gave him a shot. What did Steve Austin do with it? He ran with the shot, and he became one of the best of all time. There's never a time that we talk about wrestling Okay, there's never, never, ever a time you get in a conversation, or I go in a conversation where people are talking about wrestling, that you don't hear the rattlesnake Steve Austin, that you don't hear the Brahma Bull, the jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, movie star, can't stop till you get enough. The Rock. I did it for the Rock. I did it for the people. I did it. I did it. I did. Oh, shit! I up your tongue, wearing fatty. The Rock. Yeah, 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 yeah. The Rock is a third generation superstar. Yeah, but he also had to pay his dues too. I do understand with what is going on with the WWE right now. The Rock with the heel turn, John Cena's heel turn. The Rock didn't show up. The Rock, you know, left WWE, and John Cena's heel is now fucked up. I would talk about that in a second because yes, I will hold The Rock responsible for that. I will hold him responsible for that. But I will get to that in a second. So fast forwarded to this recent time, the time they're supposed to turn John Cena, the time he's supposed to turn heel, they never turned him heel. Now his last match, the end of his career, he wants to turn heel. Tell me this. Hey brother, how you doing, man? Yo. Oh, I remember you. Yeah, long time no see. Long time. Yo, you live around here? Yeah, man. You? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, man. Yeah, I live like we go to the same gym together. So I stopped going to Crunchhill. Oh, why? Because I didn't like it as much anymore, man. You know, why? Like the equipment wasn't the best, man. Yeah, yeah, the equipment do suck sometimes. They don't fix it the time they're supposed to fix it. Man, and you know the bathroom was not the best condition every time. No, 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 no. And from there, man, you know, I was like, I didn't like the energy in that gym as much. So I was like, you know what? I changed. So actually, it's a good life now, man. Oh, it's good, huh? Yeah, yeah, man. It's the good life, man. Yeah. It's good, man. It's better. Oh, yeah. I'm live with my audience. Hey, guys, say hi. Oh, yeah. What's your name again? Oh, Giovanni. 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 Say hi to Giovanni. Yeah, what's up, man? This guy at the gym all the time. You know, he clangs and bangs and he works hard, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So you're taking a walk? Yeah, I want to take a quick walk, man. Okay, all right. Hopefully, I'll get to see you around sometime. Let me follow you, man. All right. On Instagram, man. I did, bro. Hold on. Yeah, I just came back, man. I was in Costa Rica, man. Oh yeah, how did it go? It was good, man. It was good. Good. It was good. Good time, man. The Spanish and everything, man. You know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, brother. Yeah, if you search that name on YouTube, yeah, you should find me Butts Spice. All right, bro. Good to see you again, man. Take it easy, man. You're welcome. Yeah, blessings. Yeah. So normally, when a superstar, not really superstar, when a star in WWE is wrestling, and for some particular reason, it looks like fans are starting to turn on him, or maybe you have him as a face, but the fans don't want him as a face. They boo him all the time. They don't like him. You know, they don't like him. The real fans or the real wrestlers don't like him. You continue to keep the same guy as a face. And you tell me that's a good business. I remember during The Rock's time, when The Rock came to WWE, third generation superstar, he was a face, right? A face. You know, he smiled a lot. You know, you could see the potential. But the fans rejected his ass. The fans rejected his candy ass. So what happened? They turned him heel. And the heel turned out to be one of the greatest things that could ever happen to The Rock. And that's always how it has been in all the superstar back in the Attitude Era before that. That's what happens to their career. You know the right time to turn a star, to either turn him heel or to turn him face. If the same thing had been done to John Cena, he will be indeed one of the greatest superstar of all time. Now, I even though his coordination, his athleticism is very, very questionable. Like, for anyone that really watches wrestling and you know your stuff, when you see John Cena wrestle, his athleticism, his coordination is very, very questionable. Actually, anybody who he works with actually carries him instead of him carrying the person. You know, he was never turned. The time they were supposed to turn him heel, they never turned him heel. They kept him as face, baby face. Even though every time he gets into an arena, they boo his ass over and over again, month to month, week to week, year to year. So now his last run, his last run before he retires, he decides to turn heel. At first, to be honest, at first, I was a bit worried. The first thing on my mind is holy shit, his last run, John Cena turns heel. Hmm. The guy that the WWE never wanted to turn heel, ever, ever, ever. All of a sudden, he turns heel. The way it happened, it was magnificent. I was a bit worried, but at the same time, I'm like, this may work. Because why do I think that? Imagine years of being a wrestler, years. You get booed. Nobody likes you that much. People knows that you played politics on Alex Riley. People knows that you played politics on um, Braid Wyatt. People knows that you played politics on the Nexus when they first came to WWE, because the Nexus was supposed to go over, but John Cena turned that opportunity down and he killed the Nexus. And the list goes on and on. So now people hate your guts, they hate your ass. I know I'm not talking about John Cena as a person in real life. I'm sure he's a great person in real life. I'm not talking him down. I'm not talking burying him as a person in real life. I'm talking about his WWE character and his persona in WWE. I'm sure John Cena is a great person. I'm sure he's a wonderful person outside WWE, but in WWE, that's what I'm talking about. He buried all these talents. He gets booed every night, and your opportunity to turn heel. I was thinking that this is John Cena's moment to bubble all that anger, all that frustration, all that strife that the fans has given him, all that hate, all that hate, all that anger, all that frustration. Fans booing his ass every night. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. You know, all that chant. Now is your time to return the favor right back to the damn fans. This is your time. And what did we get? We didn't get that at all. The first couple of weeks watching John Cena as a heel, it wasn't believable. It was not believable at all. Now, I have watched Triple H's interview on John Cena's heel turn. I heard Triple H say that John Cena, when they brought the topic up of him turning heel on his last run, he enjoyed it. He said, I would have wanted no other way. So if you would have wanted no other way, why are you giving us why are you giving us a cheap ass bootlicking, cheap ass version of your heel turn. That's what was going through my mind. If you say that this is what you wouldn't have wanted any other way, this is exactly what you want to turn heel on your last match. Why isn't it believable? How can you suck as a face and you suck as a heel at the same time? That is terrible. Because with heel turn, being a heel is the best. Because that way you don't have to hold back your punches. You don't have to hold your words. You say it like you want to say it. You look at the fans, you tell them, fuck you. You look at the audience, you tell them, go fuck yourself. You look at the audience, you say, kiss my ass. You know? Ain't no soft persona anymore. This is where you go all out. This is where you go all in. This is one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why The Rock became The Rock when he turned heel. This is one of the reasons why Triple H is normally the best heel. He is at his best when he's heel. Stone Cold the same thing too. You know, Randy Orton. You all remember Randy Orton when he first came to WWE. You know, with Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar, Batista, and all these guys. At the time, it started to look like Randy Orton's face is like when he was a face at the time, it wasn't working anymore. And then he turned heel and he became the Viper. Randy Orton, he returned when he shaved his head, when it looked like there's something in his head, like he's hearing voices. I hear voices into my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. You know, voices in his head. To me, that was the best. I would say right now, the best part of Randy Orton when he turned heel and he became a psycho. And then they call him from being called the Legend Killer to the Viper. John Cena heel turn to me is not believable. He can do so much more with his heel turn. The last couple of weeks, I can understand he's trying. When he said to Randy Orton in one of their feud promo, he told Randy Orton that I'm the last. And when I leave, I'm taking the WWE title. I'm walking out of it. Someone else has tried doing that. CM Punk has done that. The same line or whatever. Bret Hart was gonna do it. But anyways, and Cena said to Randy Orton, I'm gonna close your generation. I'm gonna be the last. When I take this title and I go home with it, your whole generation, including yourself, will end. That was good. That was a good line because then he gives Randy Orton the reason to fight. Now, even though these two has fought many times, they have faced each other so many times that at this point it looks like it's redundant. I can understand why it had to be two of them. If Brock Lesnar is still in WWE, he would have been a better fit to take out John Cena. But in a way, and again, I'm going to blame WWE too, because due to the fact that John Cena buried all these stars, there's not enough star unless it's Orton to go against him. Orton is the only one from the ruthless aggression that can go toe to toe with John Cena. And you all know John Cena has a golden shovel, which everybody knows about. But anyways, his heel turn is not believable just yet. He needs to put a little bit more into his heel turn. He needs to put a little in his heel turn because this is his last match. This is his last run. You might as well go home. I don't mean go home. You might as well knock it out of the park. Like you might as well go all the way with your heel turn. But that's not what we're getting. Although he's trying, but I can't believe how someone can suck as a face and also suck as a heel. I don't get it because heel is where you go all out. Heel is where you cast all the shackles away. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want, and I can understand that he's kind of doing it because there's this event. Our truth, right? Our truth walked up to him and try to talk him into being a good guy again or whatnot. And he gave our truth an attitude adjustment on the table. That's good. That's what I like to see. You're a heel. Be a heel. Go all the way with it. Right? So overall, John Cena's heel turn is very questionable. And I know The Rock also had a hand in it. And I blame The Rock for stepping away when he ushered in this new heel. The Rock stepped away. You should have been there. You should have been around. You know, him not being there, supporting this heel turn, because he was the one that gave John Cena the order to take out Cody Rhodes. So I was thinking that throughout his run, that The Rock will be there as the final boss, he calls himself. But The Rock is nowhere to be found. He doesn't show up. Backlash, I thought he would show up. He didn't show up. So how is it that The Rock shows up when he wants and doesn't show up when he doesn't want to show up? That's not a good way to run business. I know The Rock is well accomplished. I know he's a Brahma Bull. I know he's a great one. I know he's a jabroni beating. I know he's the pie eating. I know he's trailblazing, eyebrow raising movie star. I know he's not gonna stop till he gets enough. I know he's the Rock, but Rock, I don't think that him stepping away is the best because the final boss is a heel. But how are you gonna play a heel and WWE opening Netflix? You're a face. You're giving Cody Rhodes props and all these things. The Rock knows better, and I know he knows better. He's been in the business. He was born and bred in the business. He knows the business in and out. But why is he fucking up this way? I know Triple H has a good mind for the business. And somehow, some way, I somehow think that maybe, just maybe, this there is this diluted feud or this diluted problem between H and The Rock. I don't know because now The Rock is one of the people that sits in the board meeting and make decisions, right? So I'm not sure if somehow, some way, The Rock has also lost touch on WWE. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but he should have stayed and helped John Cena during this last run as the final boss. And in fact, Cody Rhodes was supposed to go one on one with The Rock, and The Rock was supposed to face his cousin Roman Reigns. So right now, I don't know where the WWE is going with their booking. I don't know. But anyways, I talked about John Cena enough. I talked about Cena, his heel turn, WWE, the history of WWE, and everything for the last 40 minutes. So let's change gear to the next topic. The next topic is for all you anime fans out there, I'm sure each and every one of you have watched Bleach, and I'm sure you've already caught up to Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. I'm sure you're caught up to the current saga on Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, and I'm sure that you've watched Solo Leveling as well, and that also you've caught up to Solo Leveling. So here comes my question: Ichigo or Song Jinwoo? Who would you take? Who would you prefer? Ichigo Kurosaki or Song Jinwoo? There is a silent debate on this. Who is better, Ichigo Kurosaki or Kurosaki Ichigo or Song Jiwoo? And as well, another topic that I want to talk about is Frieza or Aizen. If you've been on this channel for a long time, I know you must have seen me debate on this topic: Frieza versus Aizen. Who is better? Who is better accomplished? Who is better as a villain? Right? Who is better as a villain? Who is more of a real villain, a natural villain than the other? The elite said Ichigo's and Frieza. I agree. Does anybody think any different? Oh, actually, the elite, why do you say Ichigo and Frieza? Why did you choose them? Common streamer said first is, can Jiwoo see Ichigo and survive spiritual pressure? Well, that is a good analogy. Can Song Jino see Ichigo? Because Song Jiwoo, I would say, in a way, he does see spirit only when he kills them and takes up their soul to add to his arsenal. So he kind of sees spirits or trap, but I don't think he will be able to see Ichigo to kill him because he has to see Ichigo first, withstand his spiritual pressure, and then battle him and defeats him. That's the only way he can have Ichigo's soul. But the elite, why do you choose Ichigo and Frieza over Aizen and Sung Jiwoo? I would like to know why. And I do agree with you on your choice because in a fight between Ichigo and Sung Jiwoo, I don't think Sung Jiwoo can withstand Ichigo's spiritual pressure. I think when it comes to Bleach, the spiritual pressure of Bleach universe is way more dense, way more intense, and way more sophisticated than what Sung Jino has faced thus far. And I don't think, you know, their universe is equal in terms of power and abilities. Because remember, Bleach, they deal with spirits, right? Bleach is pretty much all most of the fight happened in the spiritual realm when it comes to Bleach. Yeah, you may get few, fights that happens in the human realm, but not that much. Most of the fight happens in spiritual realm. So unless Song Jino has went to the spiritual realm and has battled foes in the spiritual realm. I don't think he can handle Ichigo. That's what I think too. Getsuga Tensho. I don't think Ichigo even needs to go that far and using Getsuga Tensho, but I don't think he even needs to do all of that. He could just turn up his spiritual pressure and wipe out all Sanji's shadows, you know? Now, if the fight happens to go into the physical, like if Ichigo don't have his sword, or maybe Sanjiwa happens to knock off Ichigo's sword, and Ichigo had to use his fist and his legs to fight, he will still be stronger than Song Jiwoo in that aspect. In that aspect, Ichigo is still stronger, even if he goes to fist combat, due to the fact that the Ram Ichigo trains is just more sophisticated and more dense. It's not the same as Song Jiwoo. Ichigo trains in the spiritual realm, and you can't compare what's there and what's in the human realm or what's in the real realm. So that is another reason why Ichigo, well, I would choose Ichigo over Song Jiwoo. Now, the other topic, I know, yeah, yeah, he threw Ginjo. That fight with him and Ginjo, that was I like that fight. And Ginjo, I actually like his character. It's just that he's a bad guy, but I actually liked him as a character. Not his decisions, but as a character, I do enjoy that full brink arc. And Frieza or Aizen, who do you guys prefer? Who is a true villain? Like I said before, if you've been on this channel for a long time, I'm sure you've seen me had a debate on this, and I will always choose Frieza over Aizen. When it comes to who is a true villain, Frieza is just. I don't think there is only few villains that can be compared to Frieza. Only few of them. Only few. And they are a very small microscopic number. And I'm not just talking about anime. I'm also going outside anime, talk about Cartoon Network's villain, talk about, all these other animation villains. Small number compared to Frieza as a true villain. Frieza is, I don't think there's a villain right now, as it stands, can match Frieza as a villain, as a true villain, what it means to be a villain. Nobody. The only person that comes close to it is Aku from Samurai Jack. That's the only person that I can say rivals Frieza as a true villain. And you guys know I've been an anime fan for a very long time. So I have seen a lot of animes. I have seen a lot. I have paid my dues in the anime world. So any day that I decide not to do anime anymore, I hope you guys are not gonna get mad at me because I have paid my dues. I have seen a lot of animes. Even Muzan Kibitsuji. Okay? Muzan Kibitsuji doesn't rival Frieza when it comes to being a true villain. I know Muzan has lived for a very long time. Yes, I can understand. But he still doesn't compare to Frieza as a true villain. Frieza might be a low life, but he is what he means to be a true villain, whether we like it or not. That's what a villain is. For the fact that you called him a low life in swagnificent, for the fact you called him a low life, that's exactly why he is a true villain. Aizen can't compare to Frieza as a true villain. Now, I have talked about true villain, true villain, true villain. I have said it, those sentences or those words many times in the past 5 minutes. Why is Frieza a true villain? Well, I'll let you know. Frieza as a person, Frieza is a tyrant. Frieza has killed a lot of people. He has massacred people. Frieza has wiped out entire races. And I'm not talking about just the Saiyans. He has wiped out entire planets upon planets. He has wiped out generations. He has wiped out civilization. He's the emperor. I don't even think Lord Beerus come close to Frieza when it comes to being a true villain. Beerus is really not a villain. Beerus is really not a villain. He's just a god of destruction. He does what he's created to do. He's assigned to do it. Frieza, on the other hand, chose. When it comes to being a villain, Frieza is just goddamn good at it. He's true evil. Frieza is just true evil. And I see someone call him a lowlife. That's exactly why he's a true villain. Frieza has conquered planets, has subjugated them to his own will, to his own bidding, to his own Frieza force. Frieza, when it comes to accomplishment, has accomplished way more than Aizen would ever dream of. Aizen is just trying to take over little soul society and failed in it. And at this point, Aizen is not even a villain. He's actually an anti-hero. Like he's more like Deadpool, not really a hero, not really a villain. He's just trying to reach the Soul King Palace to change things the way he sees it because he feels like that there is things that are wrong with Soul Society, and he tries to rebel to in order to change things. He couldn't get to Soul King's palace anyway because he failed, so he's not really a villain. Who are you guys gonna compare to Frieza? He killed and enslaved thousands of, yeah, he did. He did. I don't even think it's thousands. It's millions, upon millions of people or species or races, if you want to call it that. It's not thousands at all. It's way more than that. Imagine wiping out a planet, blowing it. Like we have only seen Frieza blow up planet Vegeta. If you guys can calculate, like, just know how many people that inhabits that planet, and hear the other guys that work for Frieza talk about, oh yeah, Frieza also killed my race, which means Frieza blew up their planets. That Frieza force is so vast. It is so vast. And let's not forget, Frieza and his ancestor has done a lot of, you know, they are not good people. They are evil people. So it runs in the blood. It runs in the blood. You guys remember Lord Chill when Goku's father Bardock faced him? He's just as evil as Frieza. So for Frieza, he runs in the family. It's in the blood. It's in the blood. And I think to go out of point for a little bit and go into Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power. After that Tournament of Power, Zeno brought all the planets back. I think they should. If it was me, I will focus. I will bring back Saiyan Saga once again. I'll bring it back once again, due to the fact that all these planets has been wished back, even the ones that Zeno wiped out before because they went out of order. They were doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and because they have fall out of line, Zeno had to destroy it. I think they should go back to Saiyan Saga again. They should bring it back. That guy called Yamushi, he should be explored a little bit. And I think if they bring back Saiyan Saga, I think somehow, some way, it will also tie to Frieza and his people as well, because I think there is more deeper connection to Frieza and Saiyans than what they led on. If they're not gonna do Saiyan Saga, then they should do Namek Saga. They should bring back Namek again because all these Dragon Balls were created by the Nameks. The Super Dragon Ball was created by a Namekian. Without Nameks, without Namekians, no Dragon Ball. So I think they should either, I don't know the line. I kind of have an idea where they're already going, but I think they should also pay attention to the Namekians a little bit more because I think there is something to pick. I think there is some potential from there. And also, if Zeno kills off those other planets when he blew them up or when he destroyed them out of existence, were there angels and god of destructions that inhabited those planets, which we know they are. There were gods of destructions from those planets that were blew up. But the question I'm asking is, were the angels from those universe that blew up or Xenon destroyed, were their angels also doing bad stuff too? You know what I mean? Yeah, U-Haul can never be compared to Frieza at all. U-Haul will never ever be in Frieza's level. Like I said, the only person, the only character, the only villain that comes close enough to Frieza is Aku from Samurai Jack. Because just like Frieza, Aku, shout out to Samurai Jack, is just pure evil. Nothing more, nothing less. Aku is pure evil. That's the only person that I can think of. Other than that, you're not gonna bring Miriam from Hunter x Hunter. He's not even a villain. At the end of it, he turned to be a good guy. He was just acting out of survival, and when he finally found out what he was doing, he repented. Thanks to Komugi. So he's not really. I wouldn't classify Miriam from Hunter x Hunter a villain. He's not a villain. And any person that used to be a villain when they start off in an anime and they end up being a villain, I mean, and they end up being a good guy or changing their mind, right? Diverted from the main course they were running with before, that's no longer a villain. A true villain stays a villain, dies as a villain, with a smile on their face as a villain. That's a true villain. A true villain never, ever turns face. They always heal at all times. A true villain never repents. A true villain will rather die as a villain than to be a good person. A true villain doing something good makes them sick because they are not good. Somebody said, "What about Zamasu or Black Goku?" Zamasu is not a true villain, not even close. Zamasu is just an idiot. Yes, yes, his beliefs that is that they are higher than humans. Even though Goku is not a human, he's a saint. But he believes the totality of his belief is that the Daishinkin or the Kais are in a higher better than any. So Zamasu is not a villain. I mean, he's a villain. Yes, I'll give him that as a villain, but he's not a true villain because a true villain never wavers. A true villain stays a true villain. And I know Zamasu stays a true villain even when he dies, but he cannot be compared to Frieza in any way, shape, or form. He can't be compared to Frieza, not even close. Not close at all. Black Goku, yes, he's a villain, and he died as a villain. He died as a villain, yes. But when it comes to Frieza, Black Goku is nothing, including if you put Zamasu and Black Goku together, they have not done what Frieza has done. Not even close. Put them together as a pair, even though we know that Zamasu, like, even though we know that Black Goku is actually Zamasu in there. He just took, he just killed Goku and took his body. But to give you Black Goku, because that's Goku, he's tapping into somehow Goku's essence or his power with his own, which makes Black Goku's power different than the original Zamasu's power. When they turn up their energy, when they raise their energy, you can see Black Goku's power is kind of mixed with Zamatsu and Goku in it, which is why it turned into a rose color when he turned into um, the form that he transformed. So they cannot be compared to Frieza at all. The amount of people Frieza has killed, it may be in billions, actually trillions. Knowing how much, and again, understand that when the Saiyans go out, conquers planets for Frieza, inadvertently, Frieza is the one killing as well. Remember, that can still be directed to Frieza because they are doing it in the wish and for the glory of the Frieza Empire. When other species or other warriors go out there to go and kill and conquer for Frieza in the name of Frieza's empire, that is also Frieza's doing. So that can still be attributed to Frieza. Yes, he killed all gods. Yes, yes. Zamasu killed all gods. But then again, Frieza wouldn't want to kill all gods just like that. Frieza will rather train. He wouldn't want to kill them. He would rather enslave them. Again, that's another difference. Frieza, Frieza would be like, no, killing them is too easy. I would rather enslave them. I will get so powerful that I can enslave the gods. Remember during Tournament of Power, when he was looking at all these gods sitting up there, all high and mighty. Frieza looking up there saying, "One day I'm gonna make you guys be my bitch." He didn't say it the way I said it, but he said it in the same type of sentence, in the same type of tone. He wouldn't want to. I don't think Frieza would want to kill the gods. No, he would rather enslave them, and that's actually worse. Killing the gods, that's too easy. Now enslaving them for the pleasure of seeing them call him master, that's what Frieza would want to do. But yes, I know what you mean. Yes, he will rather kill. Yeah, he will eventually come to the point of killing them because just like he hated the Saints, and he enslaved them to do his bidding. And when it looks like the Saints are starting to evolve and get better, and they're starting to become very coordinative with their attacks and their missions, and they're starting to grow stronger, he'll wipe them all out. So Frieza will eventually want to do the same thing, but before he will kill the gods, he will enslave them. He'll rather see them suffer. He will kill them for the fear of Hakai, yes. But if he can avoid, remember, I'm not sure if you guys have forgotten, didn't Frieza wasn't Frieza able to handle the power of Hakai during Dragon Ball Super? Wasn't he able to handle it at one point and gave the same power to Goku, and that power nearly destroyed Goku? So knowing Frieza, he will take more pleasure. That's right. He will take more pleasure and enjoyment torturing the gods and enslaving them than killing them. For him, he will be like killing them is too easy. He would rather see them suffer. And yes, Frieza has handled and controlled Hakai. Vegeta has dealt with Hakai and survived. I'm not sure if you guys have forgotten that. I guess depending on how powerful you are, depending on how evolved you've gotten, I think you might be able to handle certain things, certain powers like Hakai. Because Vegeta did handle it. Or he almost destroyed him, but he handled it and he survived it and was still kind of able to fight Jiren after that. So I'm not sure how you know powerful Hakai is at this point. I guess depending on how powerful you are, you might be able to control even Hakai itself. You might not be able to do it, but when you get hit with Hakai, you might be able to survive it. Someone like Jiren, if you throw Hakai to Jiren, he's just gonna brush it off. So I guess it depends on how powerful you are. It depends on how much you've trained, how much you've evolved, you know? Yeah, you may be right. Hakai might have different levels to it. You may be right about that because watching Beerus use it on Zamatsu, that was such a godly, that was just an intense music. That was so intense the way he did it too, you know? Watching Beerus use it, I guess you may not be able to compare it, or you cannot compare it to Topo using it on Vegeta. You may not compare it to the God of Destruction that used it or gave it to Frieza to use or whatever. I forgot what universe that God is from. So I guess it could also be depending on how powerful you are, because I know gods of destruction has power levels, and they have some type of you know they have levels on who is more powerful than the other one. So I guess it could also be because of that. Is Beerus the strongest god of destruction? Do you guys know? Is that true? Beerus is the strongest god of destruction. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Maybe you're right, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure that Beerus is definitely up there. Yes, but did Frieza really had to? I don't think you have to I mean, I don't know because Frieza was able to handle it when the power got thrown at him. He handled it. When he threw it right back to Goku, the power almost destroyed Goku. But if you fast forward it to Goku able to do Ultra Instincts and has gotten stronger and evolved, I'm not sure if Goku can be able to handle it a little better now. But the question is still up there. The question is still up there. And this topic just goes back to why I said Frieza he is a true villain because he still adds to Frieza's credit. Being such a bad person, an evil, a tyrant, that even Hakai couldn't kill you. But it could also be. It depends on who is using it or who's who. Yeah, it depends on who is using it. If Beerus uses it, or maybe if the Grand Priest uses Hakai, maybe he might be way stronger than um, the Hakai that Frieza had, dealt with. I don't know. Now, I'm not saying that Aizen is not. I mean, at this point, Aizen is not a villain. He's not a villain. Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Season 3 proved it. He's not a villain. I like him as a character, actually. In fact, I prefer Aizen than Frieza, but when it comes to who is a true villain, I'll give it to Frieza all day. All day, all day, without any question. And I will give it to you guys that brought up Zamasu and Black Goku. That's a good point too, but they have not done the things Frieza has done. Not even close. They have not messed with the things Frieza has messed with. They have not, you know, they have not killed enough people. They have not done like seriously evil stuff like they've done evil stuff, but not in the comparison of Frieza. Who are you talking about? Can never beat Zeno? You mean Frieza can never beat Zeno? Are you referring to Frieza not being able to beat Zeno? I don't know. I've been hearing about Black Frieza. I'm not sure. I can't wait for it to be animated. I heard Black Frieza is pretty strong. You know, when you go on Facebook and you just scroll through videos and you and you run into video that talks about Frieza and its black form. I don't know. I don't know. That's manga stuff, and you all know I don't read mangas. I'd rather wait for it to be animated. But messing with Facebook, you might get spoiled a little bit. Oh yeah, I mean Zeno. Okay, I think you guys just brought up another topic, still with the same ram of the same topic I'm bringing up about Frieza. You guys brought up Zeno. Is Zeno really evil? Is Zeno evil? Because the universe Zeno took out, I would say that there's a lot of species that inhabits those universe. I guess it's too soon to talk about Zeno for now. But I think that if Dragon Ball keeps progressing, if Dragon Ball Super keeps progressing, I think at some point Zeno's true nature will be revealed. His background will be revealed. His storyline will be revealed at some point. Because I don't think that, even Beerus, we don't really know much about Beerus. We really don't know much about Beerus. Yeah, I know what you mean, common streamer. I would too, because the fact that the gods of destructions are so terrified of Zeno, and you guys understand very well that these god of destructions has lived for a very long time and has worked with Zeno under Zeno for a very long time. So they know best assured what Zeno can be able to do. Not only that they know, they have seen it. They have seen Zeno do crazy things. So I would say you may be right. You might be very much right about that. But right now, it's kind of too soon. It's too soon to kind of confirm, But I will tell you now, the point is very loud. It's very up there that Zeno can be considered as chaos incarnate. Oh, yeah. I can see it now, but I'm not going to get into it just yet because we really don't know much about him. Not much has been disclosed yet, you know. But enough has been disclosed to know that this guy, if he gets angry, if he decides to be angry and rack shit up, he can cause a lot of damage. And the interesting thing is nobody can stop him. Even the angels can't stop. This is not Beerus getting upset or sneezing and blowing up your planet. And then you have Whis hitting him, giving him a bump on the shoulders and knocking him out and fixing stuff. No, when Zeno gets angry, even the angels are not safe. So you may be right about that. And when someone doesn't have a repercussion, when someone doesn't have any consequences put on him, that is quite dangerous. That is very dangerous. When someone doesn't do not have consequences put on them, if you do this, you're gonna get a consequences out of it. There's consequences and you have to pay for your consequences. When someone doesn't have that, they are very dangerous. Yo, like the video, man. Like the stream, guys. What's going on here? I've been talking here for over an hour. Stream has only 2 likes. What's going on, guys? Like the video, like the stream. Show us some love, man. I've been standing here, walking around, pacing around for like more than 1 hour. And you guys know it's sunny, but it's kind of chilly. All right, who wants to talk about Broly? Let's talk about Broly. Yeah, which Broly? Guys, how's it going? Not too bad, not too bad. It's chilly, yeah, for some reason. But if you're inside your car or if you're in the house and you look outside, you think it's warm and everything. Yeah, and again, due to the fact that we're close to the water, that's why it's also this chilly. What is it you guys want to talk about, Broly? What is it about Broly? I think I've already had that talk already, if I'm not mistaken. But it depends on which aspects of Broly you guys want to talk about. Because if you want to talk about both Broly's, who is stronger, I think I have already talked about that. DBZ Broly is stronger, definitely stronger than Super Broly all day. DBZ Broly is just a beast. He's just a freak, and he confirmed it in the Broly movie. He's a freak, and he knows he's a freak, and he likes being a freak. You know what it means that when somebody, you know how I was talking about, you know how I talked about John Cena being a heel. So a heel cast all the shackles away. You become the absolute beast. That's DBZ brother. He has nothing holding him back. Nothing. He has no remorse. He just goes beast mode. And again, DBZ probably believes that there's no consequences to his action. That's also what made him terrible to to deal with. And like I said, anytime a man knows that there's no consequence, I mean, I don't want to talk about ladies right now, but I don't want to talk about females right now. But you all know most of them, they know if they slap you, there's not that much consequences on them. So that's why they put their hands on a man. Because if you ask me, if you know that you're a weaker species, you shouldn't be putting your hand on a stronger species. Because you know if they hit you, bone structure, bone density, bone muscles is not the same. So I don't see why a woman will be putting their hands on a man, slapping a man, fighting a man, assaulting a man. Because make no mistake about it, if that man chooses to retaliate, it's over. So it's kind of the same thing when a person, when an individual does not understand or there's no consequences put on them. If you do this, this will happen. That kind of keeps people in check. Someone like Broly, he believes that there's no consequences to his actions. So that makes him very dangerous. And I'm talking about DBZ Broly, not Super Broly. I believe you, man. Original Broly was misunderstood. Like I said it on the stream that I did, that I think it's actually an amazing movie. People just misunderstood it. You know, people just misunderstood him because think about it. When people hear, "Oh, he lost it," or he became a psychopath because Goku was crying in his ears when they were babies, that it traumatized him. How is that possible? Actually, that is very possible. That is very possible. How is it possible? Well, as an adult, we can speak, we can talk. When something is wrong, we can talk about it. We have the ability to say, I don't want this. I'm going to walk away from it. I don't like this. Change this, right? This person is talking too loud. I'm gonna walk away. This person is talking too loud. Please stop talking too loud. Stop screaming. But as a baby, how can you understand what a baby is doing or saying to you? The only way that they can express themselves is through crying. That's the only way. Crying and throwing signs and making little gesture of toning of noise or whatever. That's it. But you can't really understand them. You can kind of use wisdom and try to understand what is going on, right? When a mother has a child, a new baby, and during the first few couple of months, the baby is wailing, crying, that can traumatize most mothers. Even some mothers will be like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Some mothers it could traumatize them because the baby keeps crying and crying and crying nonstop. Now, and this is an adult. This is a mother, and you all know a mother's love cannot be bought. Mother's love is deep, right? So if you can imagine a mother's love towards her newborn baby, and you have this baby traumatizing the mother, and the mother is traumatized because of the whole crying. Even a grown ass man can be traumatized from a baby's cry. If that can happen to an adult who is more stronger, whose mind and psychological ability is more stronger, more dense, more tolerable, then you can just imagine a baby. You can just imagine a defenseless baby who has another baby wailing uncontrollably, just wailing and wailing. And the other sayings that can see what is going on, they don't want to do anything about it. They're like, oh yeah, look at um uh what's Broly's father again? Paragat's son is making Bardock's son. No, sorry, Bardock's son wailing so much is making Paragat's son shed tears. I think that's the tonality how they put it. So Goku wailing uncontrollably, crying uncontrollably for maybe not just minutes, for hours. And baby Broly shedding tears because of Goku. Because of baby Goku is just crying uncontrollably, nonstop. That can traumatize that can traumatize a baby. And I know what some of you may say. Oh, so what? It traumatized him. How did he know that it was the same baby? How did he know that it was Goku? That Goku was the same baby that was crying in his ears when they were babies? Well, if you watch that stream, that live stream that I did, we will explain it to you. But I will explain it right here. Broly is special. Broly is a special saying. It's not like any other saying. It's not like a regular saying. He is just special. When somebody is special, they have a special ability. Broly is just special. As a baby, he got stabbed by King Vegeta's men. Not only did they stab him, they threw him to the gutter. Him and his father left for dead. And as if that wasn't enough, That became the same day, the same exact day, Frieza will have Planet Vegeta for dinner. So, Frieza, about to blow up Planet Vegeta, launched that heavy Nova wave, taking out Bardock. Before the attack could hit Planet Vegeta, could actually hit the ground and destroy everything, Broly, as a baby, Broly as a baby, channeled his might, channeled his ability as a he did this as a baby. He did this as a baby. Goku couldn't do it. Goku killed his grandfather. Broly as a baby saved himself and his father as a baby. If that is not a special child, I don't know what to say. Even Paragas did talk about it on Broly movie when Broly was about to crush the space pod that he was in. Paragas said, "How can a child so special that every father would be proud of turn out to be this egotistical, turn out to be a demon himself?" He said it. He acknowledged it, that his son is special, that his son is special. So Broly is not like in, and again, the proof is in the pudding. Broly as a Super Saiyan. Now I'm gonna go into Super Broly. Broly as a Super Saiyan rivals Goku, rivals even Goku and Vegeta. Gogeta as a Super Saiyan. Gogeta had to turn into Super Saiyan Blue in order to destroy Broly. You can just imagine that. Now imagine Broly going Super Saiyan 3 or something, you know? And even to talk about Broly, DBZ Broly, Broly as a legendary Super Saiyan took on how many warriors? Took on Goku, took on Vegeta, took on Trunks, took on Gohan, took on Piccolo. Five warriors as a legendary Super Saiyan. That's special. You can also say that, yes, when Goku was sent to planet Earth, he had the life Broly didn't have. But then again, that's what makes Broly Broly too. If you really think about it in the hindsight of things, you know. But depending on the Broly that you're talking about, I think if you're talking about DZ Broly, I would say right now, I'm glad he wasn't sent to Earth because he would have he would have been Frieza 101. He would have enslaved everybody, killed most of the civilization here. So I'm glad he didn't get the same life Goku got. So I do believe that the movie Broly movie, the first one was misunderstood. The whole story of Broly, DBZ Broly is who I'm referring to. He was misunderstood. People really didn't get him, understand the concept of the reason why he became who he was. People didn't really get it. They misunderstood him, you know? All right, fellas. My battery is now 10%. I've been talking here for the last almost 94 minutes. So my battery is about to die. So I'm going to end it. Um, yeah, I will try to make time to talk about this kind of stuff more often, you know. So I came out to take a walk and I wanted to chit chat with you guys for a little bit. Now, to finish this stream on a good note, thank you guys for joining me on this little live stream. Please do not forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and also please support the channel. Another way you can support me, support my work, support what I'm doing with the channel is by joining the membership. Or as I'm talking to you guys, you can use the super chat and donate. With that, you're helping with the channel. I have a lot of content on the community membership. With the membership, you get special access to exclusive content for members. Depending on the level that you choose, you will unlock access to that level. So please use Super Chat, become a member today. That helps me a lot. That helps me in stuff like working equipment. That helps me such as softwares. That helps me such as editing softwares, softwares like security softwares. Um, so many things. You know, it helps out a lot. So please join the membership platform because my goal as well is if we hit enough numbers on the membership, I can do a live stream only for members. And I can have you guys call in instead of do special stuff, special stuff for membership. I have a lot of things that I want to do, but due to the fact that we are small right now on the membership side of things, that's why I haven't done it. When is the next live stream? Well, are you talking about this kind of stream or are you talking about anime reaction? Which kind of live stream? You may need to speak fast because right now I'm at 8%. What kind of live stream? Are you talking about this type of live stream? Or are you talking about anime reaction live stream? Like One Piece? This kind of live stream, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. But if you guys want it, I'll make time for it. And you guys can become a member and share the type of topic you would like me to talk about. Okay? If you guys have a topic that you want me to address like this, let me know. Either go to one of my videos and comment, or like I'm talking about it right now, you can go to the channel, click member, become a member, and there we can have a one on one conversation about the next topic that I'm going to bring to you guys. Okay? Because I need topics. I can find my own topic, but I'm sure you guys have your topics that you would like me to address too. So please go to the channel, go to member, become a member, and comment on the membership side of the community tab because you guys don't even see the rest of the stuff that I put in the community tab membership. What you guys see right now in the community tab is not everything. Once you become a member, you see everything that I have put in the community tab in the membership. Because some stuff, some content, some information are closed out for regular, but if once you become a member, you get to see everything, most of the stuff. So please help me out, become a member today. It helps with the channel. It helps with bringing this type of content to you guys. Since you guys like this type of content, I will do more of it. I will do more of it. I will make time for it. Maybe next weekend or during the week, I will make time for this type of content. Sure, sure, no problem. Swagnificent. Swagnificent. That's a cool name too. Since you're all up for this type of live stream, please, I want to see you be a member. I want to see you become a member. You know, I want to see you become a member, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and I don't mind. I don't mind this type of content anyway. I like, this is cool. I don't mind it because most of the time I'm in the house, live streaming, recording. This is good. It gives me time to come out and enjoy nature. Okay, it's magnificent. I'm looking forward to see you become, I think, the fourth member or something. Yeah, the fourth member in the membership side. And by the grace of the Creator, you guys would definitely see me with this type of content to come live again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, keep on keeping on. See you in the next video.